Hello, and welcome to Code Your English, the channel where you improve your English and your life, step by step, word by word. I'm really happy to have you here today. Let me ask you a question. Are you truly living, or are you just existing? This question may sound simple, but it's actually very deep. Many people wake up every day, go to work, eat, sleep, and repeat. They do the same things again and again. Days go by, weeks go by, but nothing really changes. There is no excitement, no learning, no new experience. They are breathing, they are walking, but they are not really living. They are just existing. So, in today's episode, we are going to talk about this important question. We will try to understand the difference between living and just existing. We will look at some signs that show you might only be existing. We will also talk about how to live more fully, with more joy and purpose. This topic is important because your life is a gift. Every day is a new chance to grow, to love, to learn, and to feel alive. But if you are just existing, if you're only moving through your days without feeling connected to them, you may be missing the beauty of life. Many people don't even realize they are just existing until something big happens in their life. But you don't need to wait. You can decide today to make a change. And the best part? You don't need big things to start living fully. Sometimes small steps make a big difference. A short walk in nature, a deep talk with a friend, learning a new word in English, or simply feeling thankful in the morning. These are all part of truly living. So, are you ready to explore this topic with me? Let's take this journey together. And remember, this podcast is not only about learning English. It's about learning how to live better, think better, and become better every single day. If you enjoy this podcast, don't forget to follow Code Your English and share it with your friends. Practice listening again and again. And speak out loud to improve your speaking too. Now, let's begin with the next part. What does it really mean to live? And what does it mean to just exist? Now, let's talk about what it really means to live, and what it means to just exist. These two words may sound similar, but their meanings are very different. Many people are alive, but not everyone is truly living. Understanding this difference can help you look at your own life in a new way. Let's start with the word living. To live means more than just waking up in the morning and going through your day. Living means feeling alive inside. It means doing things that give you joy, that make you grow, and that give your life meaning. When you are truly living, you are not just passing time. You are enjoying time. You are learning, loving, exploring, creating, and doing things that make your heart feel full. It doesn't mean you have to be rich or famous. It means you are connected to your life in a deep and personal way. You feel excited about something. You have dreams or goals that push you forward. Even if life is not perfect, you still feel thankful and happy to be alive. On the other hand, existing is something very different. To exist means just to be alive in the most basic way. You wake up, you eat, you go to work or school, and then you go to sleep. You repeat this routine every day without much thought or feeling. You are doing what you have to do, but you are not really enjoying it. You're not growing or changing. You're not feeling excited or inspired. You are simply surviving, not thriving. It's like you are on autopilot, just moving through life without really noticing it. You may feel bored, tired, or empty inside, but you don't know why. That is the life of someone who is just existing. The difference between living and existing is all about your connection to life. When you are living, you are awake, not just with your eyes, but with your heart and your mind. You are present. You feel. You think about what you want. You care about your time and how you use it. But when you are only existing, you are disconnected. Days pass, but nothing really changes. You don't feel excited in the morning. You don't feel proud at the end of the day. You are simply doing what you need to do to get by. Think about a flower. A flower that is living is full of color. It is open. It turns to the sun. It gives beauty to the world. But a flower that is just existing might still be standing, but its color is fading. It's not growing anymore. It's still there, but it's not truly alive. People can be like that too. Just because someone is walking and talking doesn't mean they are really living inside. Now, this doesn't mean you have to be happy every second. Life can be hard sometimes. There are ups and downs for everyone. But living means you keep trying. You keep moving forward. You try new things. You care about your life and the people in it. You try to find meaning, even on the hard days. Living also means being true to yourself. It means doing what makes you happy, not just what others expect from you. When you live for others all the time, trying to please everyone, doing things you don't like just to fit in, you are slowly forgetting who you really are. That's another way people start to just exist. They stop listening to their own voice. They stop doing what matters to them. So, let me ask you again. Are you living, or are you just existing? Take a moment to think about it. Are you excited when you wake up? Do you feel happy about the things you do every day? Do you have goals or dreams that make you smile when you think about them? If the answer is yes, then you are living. But if your answer is no, that's okay too, because it's never too late to change. You can start living more fully today. In the next part of this podcast, we will talk about the signs that show you may be just existing. These signs are common, and many people feel them. But don't worry. Once you understand them, you can begin to make small changes. And those small changes can lead you to a better, more joyful life. Let's keep going on this journey together. Signs you are just existing. Now that we understand the difference between living and just existing, it's time to look at some clear signs that show you may be just existing. These signs are not always easy to see. They grow slowly over time, and one day you might suddenly feel that something is missing in your life. Many people don't even notice until they feel tired, unmotivated, or lost. But when we look closely at our daily habits, thoughts, and feelings, we can see the truth more clearly. One big sign that you may be just existing is having the same routine every day without any excitement. Of course, routines can be helpful. They give structure to our lives. But when every day feels exactly the same, with no joy or surprise, life starts to feel empty. You wake up, go to work or school, come back home, eat, and sleep. The next day, it's the same again. You don't try anything new. You don't learn something different. Days and weeks go by, but you feel like you are just walking in circles. There is nothing to look forward to, and life becomes boring. You may even forget what day it is, because they all feel the same. If your days feel like this, it could mean you're just existing. Another sign is not having any goals or dreams. When we have goals, we feel motivated. We wake up with a reason. We feel excited to move forward, even when things are hard. But when we don't have any goals or dreams, life feels like we're stuck in the same place. You may feel like you are floating without a direction. You might say things like, "What's the point?" or "It doesn't matter." This is a dangerous feeling because it slowly takes away your hope. You stop planning for the future. You stop thinking about what you want. You just do what's in front of you, without passion or interest. Living without goals is like driving a car with no destination. You are moving, but you're not going anywhere meaningful. A third sign is feeling tired or bored every day, even when you're not doing much. Of course, we all get tired sometimes, but if you feel tired all the time, even after resting, it may be a sign that you are not emotionally or mentally fulfilled. When your heart is not happy, your body feels heavy. You may sleep for hours, but still feel like you don't have energy. This is not just physical tiredness, it is emotional tiredness. It comes from doing things that don't bring you joy or meaning. It comes from living the same life every day without purpose. You may also feel bored with everything. Things that once made you happy now feel dull. You don't laugh as much. You don't smile as much. You just go through the motions of life. Another common sign is waiting for the weekend or holidays all the time. Of course, everyone loves a break. It's normal to look forward to time off, but if you are always counting down the days until the weekend or your next holiday, it might mean your regular life isn't fulfilling. Maybe your weekdays feel heavy, and you're only alive on weekends. That's not how life is supposed to be. Life is not just about escaping work or waiting for the next break. True living means enjoying each day, even the small, normal ones. If you feel like your real life only begins on Saturday, then you might be spending 5 out of 7 days just existing. That's most of your life, and it shouldn't be wasted. Many people fall into this pattern without realizing it. It's not because they are lazy or weak. It's because life can be busy, stressful, and hard. Sometimes we forget to take care of our dreams and happiness. We get caught in a system where we do things because we have to, not because we want to. We stop asking ourselves, "Am I happy? Do I enjoy what I do?" And over time, we lose the spark that makes us feel alive. But the good news is, once you see these signs, you can start to make changes. You don't have to change your whole life in one day. You can take small steps to feel more alive, more connected, and more joyful. And that's what we'll talk about next. In the next part of this podcast, I will share with you how to start living, not just existing. We will explore simple ideas and small actions you can do today to feel more alive, more present, and more excited about life. So stay with me. We're just getting to the best part. Signs you are truly living. Now let's talk about what it really means to live fully. What are the signs that show you are truly living, not just existing? Living doesn't mean your life is perfect or easy. It doesn't mean that you never feel sad or tired. True living is about how you feel inside, how you connect with others, and how you find meaning in your everyday life. You don't have to be rich or famous to live fully. In fact, many people with simple lives feel more alive than those with a lot of money. The difference is in how they experience their days, how they treat others, and how they treat themselves. One strong sign that you are truly living is that you feel happy or grateful each day. This doesn't mean you are jumping with joy every morning, but it means you notice the small, beautiful things in life. Maybe you enjoy the sunlight coming through your window, or the smile of a child, or the smell of your morning coffee. When you are living fully, you take time to feel thankful for what you have, instead of always thinking about what you don't have. You don't rush through your day. You pause, breathe, and feel thankful, even for the small things. Gratitude brings peace, and peace is a big part of a full life. People who live with gratitude often feel more alive because they are not waiting for something big to make them happy. They find joy in the present moment. Another sign is that you do things you enjoy. You make time for your hobbies, passions, or simple pleasures. Maybe you like painting, reading, walking, cooking, or spending time with friends. When you are truly living, you don't just work and sleep. You also do things that make your heart happy. You don't feel guilty for enjoying life. You understand that life is not just about responsibilities. It's also about joy. Even if you are busy, you find a few minutes each day to do something that brings you pleasure. It may be listening to your favorite music, watching a good movie, or talking with someone you love. These little joys give your life color and energy. They remind you that you are alive, not just surviving. A third sign is that you have goals, and you are working on them. Your goals don't have to be big or perfect, but when you have something you care about, and you are moving toward it, you feel more motivated and alive. Maybe your goal is to learn a new language, start a small business, get healthy, or travel to a new place. Whatever it is, it gives you a reason to wake up each day. You feel proud of your progress, even if it's slow. You don't just wait for things to happen. You take steps to make your dreams come true. When you are working on something meaningful, life feels exciting. You don't feel stuck because you know you are growing. Another beautiful sign of truly living is when you help others or connect with people deeply. Life is not just about what you can get, but also about what you can give. When you help someone, even in a small way, your heart feels full. You feel more human, more alive. Maybe you listen to a friend who is sad. Maybe you help someone carry their bags. Maybe you smile at a stranger. These actions may seem small, but they create real connection. And when you connect with people in a true and honest way, you feel less alone. Your heart grows. You feel part of something bigger than yourself. Helping others and building strong relationships brings deep joy and meaning to life. It reminds us that we are here not just to live for ourselves, but to share life with others. So, when you feel grateful, do things you love, chase your goals, and connect with others, you are not just existing, you are truly living. You are creating a life that feels full and beautiful, even when it's not perfect. You are not just passing time. You are feeling it. You are experiencing it. You are awake to life. And the truth is, we all have the power to live this way. It doesn't depend on how rich you are, where you live, or what job you have. It depends on how you choose to live your day, your thoughts, your heart, and your actions. Living fully is a choice we can make again and again. In the next and final part of this podcast, we will talk about how you can move from just existing to truly living. I'll share with you simple steps and ideas that you can use to start living a more meaningful and joyful life. Starting today. Why do people just exist? Now let's talk about an important question. Why do so many people just exist instead of truly living? This is something many of us experience at some point in life. It's not always easy to live with passion and meaning. Sometimes, without even noticing, we fall into a routine where we are only surviving, not living. But why does this happen? Why do people stop chasing their dreams or enjoying the simple moments? There are many reasons, but let's look closely at a few of the most common ones. One big reason is fear of change. Change can be scary. Many people feel safer doing the same thing every day, even if it doesn't make them happy. They stay in jobs they don't like, relationships that don't help them grow, or places that no longer feel right, just because they are afraid to step into the unknown. What if they fail? What if things get worse? These kinds of thoughts stop people from trying something new. The truth is, real living often begins outside of your comfort zone. But if you are always afraid of what might go wrong, you may never give yourself the chance to discover what could go right. Fear holds people back from growth. It makes them choose safety over possibility. And when life becomes only about staying safe, it starts to feel empty. Another reason is that many people are simply too busy or stressed. In today's world, life can feel like a race. People work long hours, take care of their families, run errands, and try to meet all kinds of responsibilities. At the end of the day, they are too tired to think about dreams, joy, or meaning. When stress becomes a part of daily life, it's hard to pause and ask, am I really living the life I want? Many people don't have time to think about these questions because they are just trying to survive each day. They feel like they are on a treadmill, moving, 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 but going nowhere. This non-stop busyness makes people feel disconnected from their own hearts. They forget what makes them feel alive. They lose touch with their inner self. And slowly, without knowing it, they stop living and start just existing. A third reason is the lack of purpose or motivation. Some people feel lost. They don't know what they want in life. Maybe they tried and failed before. Maybe they were never encouraged to follow their dreams. When you don't feel a strong reason to wake up in the morning, life can feel heavy and dull. Without a purpose, people often feel tired, even if they are not doing much. They go through the motions, eating, working, sleeping, but there is no real excitement or meaning in what they do. They ask themselves, what's the point? This question, left unanswered, can slowly take the life out of living. Purpose is like fuel for the soul. Without it, it's hard to move forward. But the good news is that purpose can be found at any stage of life. It doesn't have to be something big. Even small goals, like helping others or learning something new, can give life more meaning. Finally, many people live in their comfort zone for too long. Comfort zones feel nice and safe, but they can also be traps. When you do the same things every day, avoid challenges, and never take risks, life becomes flat. You don't grow, you don't learn, and you don't feel alive. You might feel okay, but not truly happy. You tell yourself, at least I'm not failing, but you're also not succeeding or moving forward. The comfort zone can slowly take away your energy, your dreams, and your sense of wonder. Life becomes routine, and routine becomes a prison. Many people stay in this place for years because it feels easier than trying something new. But deep inside, they feel something is missing. That missing feeling is a sign. It's your heart telling you, there is more to life than this. So, when we look at these reasons, fear, stress, lack of purpose, and staying in the comfort zone, we can see why many people just exist. But the good news is, it doesn't have to stay that way. Once you understand why you feel stuck, you can start to make small changes. You don't have to change your whole life overnight. You just need to take one step at a time. And when you start moving, even slowly, you begin to feel alive again. In the next and final part of this podcast, we'll explore how to do just that. We'll talk about simple ways to move from just existing to truly living. Practical steps you can take to live with more joy, meaning, and peace. How to start living fully. Now that we understand why people often just exist instead of truly living, let's talk about how to make a change. The good news is, you don't need to change everything in your life at once. You don't need to be rich or perfect or lucky to live fully. Living fully starts with small, simple choices. It's not about having the best life. It's about creating a meaningful one. So, how do we begin? One of the first and most powerful steps is to set small goals. When you don't know where you're going, it's easy to feel lost. But when you set small, clear goals, life suddenly has direction. These goals don't need to be big. You can start with something as simple as reading one book this month, waking up 30 minutes earlier, or going for a walk 3 times a week. These small goals give you something to look forward to and a reason to take action. When you achieve a goal, no matter how small, you feel proud. That feeling builds your confidence and slowly brings energy back into your life. It reminds you that you're growing, and growth is a big part of feeling alive. Another way to start living fully is to try something new. When was the last time you did something for the first time? Life can feel boring or flat when you keep repeating the same routine. But trying something new, no matter how small, can open your heart and mind. You don't need to do something extreme. You can take a new route home, try a new hobby, learn a few words in a new language, or even cook a new dish. These little changes bring excitement and curiosity into your life. They remind you that there is always more to discover. Trying new things also helps you break out of your comfort zone. And once you step out of that comfort zone, you will begin to see how wide and beautiful life really is. Spending time with the right people is also important. Be with people who inspire you, those who encourage you, challenge you, and believe in your potential. Sometimes, we don't even notice how negative or draining some people around us can be. Their words, their energy, their way of thinking can keep us stuck. But when you surround yourself with people who are full of life, you naturally begin to feel more alive too. Positive, kind, and motivated people remind you of your own strength. They help you see the good in life, and they lift you up when you forget your worth. It's true. Your circle can shape your future. So choose your company with care. Another powerful practice is to be grateful every day. Gratitude doesn't mean you ignore your problems or pretend everything is perfect. It means you take a moment to notice the good that's already in your life. When you wake up, think of one thing you're thankful for. It could be your health, your family, your home, your favorite meal, or even the sunlight coming through your window. When you focus on what you have instead of what you lack, your heart begins to feel lighter. Gratitude shifts your mindset from not enough to more than enough. And that small shift can make a big difference. It brings peace. It helps you enjoy life as it is, even while you're working on where you want to be. And lastly, do one thing every day that makes you feel alive. This is different for everyone. For some, it might be dancing. For others, it's writing, painting, walking in nature, talking to a friend, or listening to music. Ask yourself, what makes me smile? What makes me forget time? What brings me peace or joy, even for a moment? These are the things that connect you to your soul. When you do something that lights you up, even if it's just for 5 minutes, you are feeding your spirit. And when your spirit is alive, your life becomes meaningful. Living fully doesn't mean every day will be easy or perfect. It means you are awake. You are aware. You are choosing life, even in small ways. You stop waiting for the perfect time and start living now. You begin to take control of your story, one choice at a time. And slowly, those small choices become a new life. A life where you are not just surviving, but truly living. So ask yourself today, what is one small thing I can do to feel more alive? Then go do it. Because you deserve to live a life that feels full, real, and true to who you are. Personal reflection time. Now that we've talked about what it means to truly live, and we've learned how to take simple steps to bring more life into our days, it's time to stop and reflect. This part is not about listening to me, it's about listening to yourself. Sometimes we rush through life. We go from one task to another, from one day to the next, without stopping to think. But reflection is powerful. When you take a moment to look inside your heart and mind, you learn more about yourself. You start to understand what really matters to you. And that's the first step to creating a life that feels alive, not empty. So I invite you now to take a quiet moment. If you can, sit in a calm space. Take a deep breath. Relax your shoulders. Let your mind be still. And now, gently ask yourself this question. What do I enjoy doing? This question may sound simple, but it is very important. Many people go through their lives without asking this. They do what others expect. They do what society tells them. But they forget to ask what they truly enjoy. Think about your day. What moments make you feel happy, relaxed, or excited? Maybe you enjoy drawing, singing, walking in nature, helping others, or just sitting with a good cup of tea. When you remember what you enjoy, you reconnect with your true self. And when you spend time doing what you enjoy, even just a little, life becomes richer. Now let's go deeper. Ask yourself, what makes me smile? This question is special, because the things that make you smile often touch your heart. They bring joy, peace, or laughter. Maybe it's your child's laughter, a kind word from a friend, the sound of birds in the morning, or finishing a task you thought was too hard. Try to remember the last time you smiled without even thinking about it. What caused that smile? That's a clue to what brings you joy. And joy is a key part of living fully. When you follow joy, you feel more connected to your life. You begin to notice beauty in simple moments. You stop rushing and start enjoying. That's living. Let's now ask something more personal and powerful. What small step can I take today to live better? You don't have to change your whole life today. You don't need to quit your job or move to another country. Big changes often begin with small daily steps. So think, what is one small thing you can do today to make your life a little better? Maybe it's drinking more water. Maybe it's calling a loved one. Maybe it's reading for 10 minutes, going outside for a short walk, or writing down your thoughts in a journal. Even smiling at a stranger or helping someone in need can make you feel alive. You know your life best. You know what you need. So trust yourself. Take one small step, and tomorrow, take another. These small steps create big change over time. As you reflect on these questions, please be kind to yourself. There are no right or wrong answers. Don't compare your life with someone else's. Everyone is on their own path. Your journey is yours alone. What matters is that you're taking time to look inside, to ask, and to listen. That's something many people forget to do. But not you. You're here. You're taking the time. That's beautiful. Living fully begins with awareness. When you ask the right questions, you find the right answers. You learn who you are and what matters to you. And with that knowledge, you can begin to shape your life with purpose. You don't have to wait for a perfect day or a perfect version of yourself. You can start now with what you have and who you are. So today, take 5 minutes. Sit with yourself. Ask, what do I enjoy doing? What makes me smile? What small step can I take today to live better? Then gently listen to the answers that come from your heart. Because you are not here just to exist. You are here to live, to grow, to laugh, to love, to shine. And it all begins with one small question, one honest answer, and one brave step. You've already started. Keep going. Life is waiting for you. As we come to the end of this podcast, let's take a moment to remember everything we have talked about today. We began by asking a simple but deep question. Are you living or just existing? This question may sound small, but the truth behind it is big. It helps us look at our lives in a new way. It makes us stop and think, am I just going through the motions? Or am I truly enjoying my time here on this earth? Am I waiting for life to happen? Or am I choosing to live each day with purpose? We talked about the difference between living and existing. Existing means you are just surviving. You wake up, go through your day, and then sleep without really feeling connected to anything. You are not growing, not dreaming, and not enjoying much. Living, on the other hand, is different. Living means you feel awake, you feel alive, you enjoy little things, you learn, you grow, you connect with people, and you find meaning in everyday life. Living means you are not just counting the days, you are making the days count. We explored why many people fall into the trap of just existing. Sometimes life becomes busy, hard, or stressful. People get stuck in routines and forget their dreams. Fear, doubt, or sadness can stop us from doing what we love. But the good news is this: you can change it. Even if you've been just existing for a long time, you can still decide to live fully. Life gives you that chance every single day. It's never too late. We also looked at signs that show you may be just existing, like feeling bored all the time, having no goals, or not feeling excited about anything. These signs are not there to scare you. They are there to help you notice and take action. If you feel any of those things, don't be sad. Don't blame yourself. Instead, see it as a wake-up call. It's your inner self saying, hey, I want more out of life. I want to feel alive again. And that is a beautiful thing. Then we talked about what it means to live fully. It means having dreams, spending time with people who lift you up, trying new things, learning from mistakes, and being true to yourself. It's about enjoying the small moments, a walk in nature, a laugh with a friend, a quiet moment with your thoughts. Living fully is not about being rich or famous. It's about feeling peace in your heart and energy in your soul. We also shared some very useful and simple steps to help you start living fully. We said you can set small goals, try new things, spend time with people who inspire you, practice gratitude every day, and most importantly, do one thing every day that makes you feel alive. These are not big or difficult things. They are simple, small actions that slowly change your life. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be honest with yourself and take small steps, one day at a time. Then we had a moment of personal reflection. We asked some powerful questions. What do I enjoy doing? What makes me smile? What small step can I take today to live better? These questions help you understand yourself more. They help you find your purpose, your passions, and your personal path to happiness. Now, here we are at the end, and I want to tell you something important. You have a choice. Every day, you can choose how you want to live. You can choose to continue just existing, or you can choose to start living. You can choose to stay where you are, or you can take one small step toward a better, more joyful life. You don't need to change everything at once. Just choose to live more, feel more, laugh more, and love more. Even small changes can make a big difference. So I invite you now to make that choice. Not tomorrow, not next week. Right now. Choose to live. Choose to feel alive. Choose to follow your heart and your dreams. Life is short, but it is also beautiful. And the beauty grows when you decide to live it with purpose, with love, and with joy. Thank you for joining me in this journey. I hope this episode helped you reflect and feel inspired. You are not alone. We all go through hard times, but we also all have the power to make life better. Keep learning. Keep growing. Keep living. Because you deserve to live, not just exist. If you enjoyed today's episode and found it helpful, don't forget to subscribe to our podcast so you never miss an episode. Also, feel free to share this podcast with your friends and family who are looking to live more fully and improve their English. And I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment or send us a message about what you've learned today and how you're starting to live more fully. Keep practicing, stay inspired, and remember, life is too short to just exist. Let's live it to the fullest.